Hello, my name is Ryan Bain from Webtechglobal, and this is a tutorial for the CSV to Post plugin on WordPress. This tutorial covers the Create Content Templates panel and explains or shows how to create a template that can be applied to posts, category descriptions, and more. Now, the approach of using a WYSIWYG editor is common in these plugins, and copying and pasting what I call as tokens, column replacement tokens, into the editor is also an approach that's quite popular. However, each plugin does do their sort of thing in a slightly different way. The difference in CSV to Post, is this design type box right here. If I just scroll down, you'll see that there are multiple design types. We even have dynamic widget content. That's not actually active at the moment, but it's something that is coming. We have a keyword string that allows us to take multiple columns and join them together. So it's sort of like merging columns that may have one value, such as, well, any value at all, one value, and another column might have one value, and another column might have values separated by commas, or you might have a couple of those sort of columns and so on. We can string them all together, an unlimited number of columns together, and make one string of keywords. And that could be important for generating tags, or it could be important for actually displaying a sort of string of keywords for whatever reason on your actual content. So that's just a small feature there that we have. If I scroll up, you see category description. We could even create a template that will be used for custom field values. If you're creating custom fields that are used in your theme, that are normally sort of packed with text or have a mix of values and aren't just an individual sort of value, such as a price or a single word, then we can use this to create something a little unique and spin something that will help you rank well in Google. The most popular section is obviously going to be post to page content, so I'll just select that at the moment. And then I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to discuss column replacement tokens. These are the tokens that we copy and paste into the editor, and these tokens are replaced during the post creation procedure while auto-blogging is actually happening. Now, our plugin offers an ability that other plugins do not offer, and that is the ability to use multiple database tables. Actually, I should say that other plugins don't actually work from the database, whereas CSV to Post, we import the data to the database and then work from the database. CSV to Post allows us to select multiple tables when we create a project. Right now, I only have one table, and the columns from that table are listed in the form of tokens. The token names, or the column names, are the same as my CSV file. So when I upload a CSV file, a table is created, and the table reflects the CSV file headers. Your CSV file or your table do not have to be the same as mine, so don't go copying this list or the values of the names in this list. CSV to Post will accept your headers as they are. Now, what I would also like to say is that we don't have to use CSV files, and we can select database tables that already exist in our database before we install CSV to Post or even know about CSV to Post. So that opens up the ability to use other tools, other software or services to get our data prepared and in place, although we would hope that we provide everything to do that. Now, CSV to Post will list your tokens here at the moment, but I do plan to add a button on the WYSIWYG editor that allows us to open that button and drop them in. So if you're watching this and you don't see this list, have a look down here to the visual side of the editor and look for the button. Now, I'm just going to copy the image, my image data. So it's hold Control and press C to copy, and click in to the editor, hold Control and press V to paste. Now this token will be the same on both sides of the editor. The text tab that I'm clicking on is the source where we see HTML and so on. That's where things really happen. The token is replaced on a HTML level. You could say it. I don't want to get into too much jargon and so on. HTML is probably as far as we'll go, because there are two approaches. Those of you that know HTML can do this. I'll just show you. So this is me adding an image and the image source. And what I'm doing is I'm pasting my image data in there, and it's that simple. So this would display, obviously I've not finished that code, but this would display an image on the screen, and it would do that because the token itself gets replaced by my image data. And it's that simple. We can do that for links, pages, and all of the attributes that are in both of those, such as the title and the alternative text and so on. And we could also do it with schemas and anything else you could think of, such as Google Maps snippets and YouTube, etc., etc. So we can work with all that in there. And if you're confident about that and you know how to, you can fire on, and you'll be pleasantly surprised about how easy it is. I don't really need to cover all that in the video, the HTML side, actually manually typing it or copying it from other websites and so on. What I want to do is show how to get that HTML into place without knowing HTML itself. That's what's important here. So what I'm going to do is come to the visual side. Actually, sorry, we'll have to get rid of that. So that's deleted. What we can do, if you're not confident with your HTML, click on Add Media, select an image, and set that image to the editor, and that will put the HTML in place for us. Now from here on, it's just a case of considering the values that are unique to, so for example, this is an image, so we're looking at the values that are unique to that image, and that would be the image path itself. So this is a PNG image, and also the PNG path is in the link, so it's an image link. You click on it, it would open the image, but we could change this to be a path to anywhere, a sales page, anything we want. We can also change it to a token. So if I hold Control and V, I've replaced the href, you see that there? If you make sure you get that right, that's the part that creates the link, so that when a user clicks, they're taken somewhere else. And here we have img, that's for image, and this is all to do with the image, and that continues all the way along to here, where we see the PNG. And if I just replace that, what I've replaced is the source, so that's the source of the image, and I've replaced it with my token. Now, this is the same setup as what I just done technically, because what would happen is the user would see an image, or I should say the visitor would see an image, and when they click on that image, it would take them to the image itself and open the image in their browser. But what you could do is you could use a token that has link data, so it could be link or something else, maybe use as URL. Right, so you could put anything in there, and that could be the image itself, could be anything. So we could also change this to a path to a specific image, maybe a button, buy now, and so on, and just leave the link as something different, such as an affiliate product. Alright, so it's entirely up to you what you're doing there, but that is links and images covered. If I just go to the visual side of things, you will see that there's nothing showing. Nothing shows because we're not actually using any data at the moment. It would be nice to pull off a little trick there where it does pull one of your images through. I have considered that, but I don't think anybody gets too confused. I think they do, we all understand that at this point it's a template, and it will become something real during the post creation. I would like to mention we can change the class and things like that. That's entirely up to you. And if you're interested in going further with HTML, I highly recommend it if this is a sort of work that you're doing, because you could get comfortable working on this side and pulling off some really nice tricks that will help your blog's SEO. There are things not included here. There are attributes not included, such as a title attribute. If I just type that in, title equals. Now, what I want to do is pretend we're putting tokens, and I'm just going to type tokens. So I'll put token and some text, full stop, token, and some. Let's just stick to the approach, token, and some more text. Right, okay, so it doesn't really mean anything. What I'm trying to point out is that we can use multiple tokens rather than just one, and we can add some of our own text, and that allows us to spin some very unique content, very unique indeed. And that is just one small attribute which is read and noticed. Now, I wouldn't go just throwing anything in there, because these attributes exist for a reason. They are to help those with disabilities in terms of visual, or those reading using screen readers, and so on. So all of these things have a purpose, and we do need to respect them, and we should use them for that same reason. Now, over here we have the alt. Now, what I will say is that the title is something we'd normally add if it's a link on its own. What we have here is the ALT attribute alternative, and that text will that is the text that is displayed when you hover over an image, or if the image happens not to be there, that text will be displayed. And it's the same thing. We could put anything we want. We could do what I just done with the title in there, and again we can spin something unique. And that's really about it. I'll just save this. What I will mention is, even though it's off onto a different panel, I will just explain that once this is saved, we can edit in here, content template. Right, it's still loading. Right, so content template up here. If I click in there, it will just open my templates. I'm not going to, but we can edit and work with them in there. What I want to show you is we have panels here where the designs are listed, and it indicates your project's default content template, and it indicates all content template designs. Plus, it shows what content templates were created for your particular project, or templates that were joined onto or assigned to your project, which is possible. We can add an existing template to our project, so it is treated as a project template. And the reason why we would have more than one project template is to allow the plugin to randomize them, or apply different templates in different circumstances based on some rules that we can set. That's something I'm not going to go into, but I just wanted to mention the reason why we have this sort of busy looking area here. I do know it's busy. It could be a little clearer with some maybe images or tables or so on. We'll figure that out at some point. I think that's it really. There's a list of templates for opening and editing, and they will just simply edit. They will simply open into the editor, and the tokens themselves, I'm looking forward to actually getting them in a button on the visual side, and we'll just click on the button and drop them in from there. I also plan to, in the premium edition, I plan to allow snippets to be dropped in that already have your own tokens in the snippets. So that would be a nice little feature once it is added. And I think that is it. So please fire on with that. I think a lot of advanced things can be done with this that I won't go into, and chances are I won't make videos on them until requested. So if there's something that you have in mind and you would like some help sort of putting it into place and delivering that on a website, then please let me know, and I'll be happy to create a video for that specific thing. Right, thank you very much for watching again.